Excellencies and friends, thank you for inviting ADB to the virtual summit of the Climate Vulnerable Forum. As you know, with its wide-ranging and largely adverse impacts, climate change has emerged as a crucial threat to the continuing sustainable development of the Asia-Pacific region and has the potential to undermine decades of development progress. As recently reported by the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, climate impacts associated with a global temperature rise of 2 degrees Celsius are estimated to be far worse than those under a warming of 1.5 degrees Celsius. This requires the world to get to net zero emissions and to supply up to 85% of electricity through renewable resources by 2050. In practical terms, such impact mean increased risk to health, livelihood, food security, water supply, human security, and economic growth. I recognize the important role that the Climate Vulnerable Forum has played in challenging the global community to accept a more stringent target of 1.5 degrees Celsius. ADB core mission has been to foster economic growth and cooperation in the Asia-Pacific regions. We have promoted the development of Asia and the Pacific through financing public infrastructure and other social welfare programs. Our recently launched corporate strategy, Strategy 2030, reaffirms our commitment to building climate and disaster risk resilience. One of our 7 corporate priorities in the strategy is on tackling climate change, building climate and disaster resilience, and enhancing environmental sustainability. In line with this priority, we have set 2 ambitious operational targets on climate change. First, by 2030, 75% of the number of ADB committed operations will be supporting climate change mitigation and adaptations. And second, the cumulative climate finance from ADB owned resources will reach $80 billion for the period 2019 to 2030. To ensure delivery on climate and disaster risk management, ADB is employing a holistic, integrated, and comprehensive approach with a focus to strengthening the 4 dimensions of climate and disaster resilience. First, the institutional and social system. Second, the ecological system. Third, the critical physical infrastructure. And the fourth, the financial system. ADB also recognizes that climate change is not gender neutral, and gender mainstreaming is a critical element of effective climate actions. ADB adaptation projects help women become more resilient to the impacts of climate change. By acknowledging the women's key role and encouraging them to participate in responding to the challenges of climate change, we ensure that they benefit from climate change financing investment. In summary, investing in reducing climate and disaster vulnerability is an imperative for us as the region's major development financier. We are guided by ADB's long-term corporate strategy and focus on the ambitious climate targets for 2030. ADB remains firmly committed to working with its developing member countries to make the transitions toward a low-carbon and climate-resilient future. We will do this through the provision of enhanced financing, targeted knowledge support, and strategic partnerships. Let me close by saying that we very much value the leadership of initiatives such as the 2018 Climate Vulnerable Forum. Thank you very much.